Well, we're going to deprive the Hastings residents tonight.
Making the play. He gets the pin. Raiders are clawing their way back in this game.
Just snipes one.
It's over. Save. Oh my God!
Did you see that? Great diving play. Is it a touchdown? Hastings Raiders win the ball game.
And we welcome those of you joining us on Hastings Community Television, as well as those in the Inver Grove area watching on Town Square Television. This is Hastings Raiders boys hockey against the Spartans of Simley at Hastings Civic Arena. Raiders with an 8-1 record, and the Spartans sit at 9-8 on the season. I'm Trey Lauer, happy to be with you here high atop the Crow's Nest at Hastings Civic Arena for a fun Metro East Conference matchup on a Thursday night here at the Old Barn at Hastings Civic Arena. Raiders are coming in having won 4 out of their last 5, coming off a 4-2 win over Hopkins on Tuesday. Simley's last game was Saturday, a win over Bloomington Kennedy. So both teams are coming in off of victories, and it will be Unglesby in net tonight for the Simley Spartans as they introduce the Simley lineup. We've got the Raider lineup in front of us here. We'll get to that in just one moment. There's a lot of action around our area tonight, especially the folks at Town Square also covering the Hastings St. Thomas Academy basketball game tonight. Hastings and Simley also in action in wrestling. That's always a huge event when they get together. And in Hastings, the girls basketball and girls hockey teams are both down in Casson tonight. So we'll have updates on those when we get those. For your Raiders tonight, in terms of the starting lineup, Nick Smelzer will be in net tonight for the Raiders. He's got an .892 save percentage coming into this one tonight, and is coming off of a shutout in his last game Saturday against Tartan. The top line for the Raiders is going to get the start. Braden Kraut will be centered by Brody Geib, and then John Harris will be on the right wing. John Harris comes into tonight with 98 career points, so 2 away from a big milestone for him. He had a goal and an assist on Tuesday in the win against Hopkins. Blake Weber and Brody Carlson will be the starting defensive pairing for the Raiders this evening. We got hockey coming up. Hastings and Simley, don't go anywhere.
The officials for this evening's Reed, Even Dalside, and Dan Bell. Linesman TJ Scott. Will you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your hats for our national anthem. You are reminded there is absolutely, positively no smoking in the arena, in the lobby, or even in the parking lot. No smoking.
Back here at Hastings Civic Arena, ready to go on this Thursday night. We talked about the goaltender matchup. Nick Smelzer, 3-2 on the year, an .892 save percentage, goals against average of 3.09. Owen Unglesby, 4-4 on the year, .825 save percentage, and a .586 goals against average. Both goalies with one shutout on the year. Smelzer, as we mentioned, coming in his last game out, which was last Saturday. For the Raiders, they have one game left on the road in 2025, technically two, but the last time they leave the city of Hastings will be Saturday against Two Rivers. So it's good to be back at Hastings Civic Arena. This is only the second time Hastings has played a game here in 2025. Saturday against Tartan was their first home game in a month. So the Raiders are looking to make it 2 for 2 on home ice in the calendar year of 2025. Geib will take the opening faceoff for Hastings at center ice, and we are underway. He'll take it with Latendre, the leading scorer for Simley. Raiders have it in possession now. Fired up the ice to John Harris, who quickly tries to dump it into Brody Geib. But it's intercepted by the Spartans. 20 goals on the year for Latendre. He fires it in on Smelzer, and Smelzer makes the stop. Puck will roll here into the corner on the near side. Geib has it in possession for the Raiders. Turns back around behind the Raider net. Now spins back here towards the near side, up against the same kind of boards that he scored on Tuesday night against Hopkins. The first goal of the game came from an end-to-end goal for Geib. Carlson takes a spill as he tries to dump the puck back in, and the Spartans are forced to retreat. They've got it at the red line now, and they'll fire it back in just past the stick of Smelzer, but rolls into the corner. Past a Raider, the Spartans will dump it in as they tried to prevent an offsides. Carlson has it in the corner. Now it's Blake Weber behind the Raider net. Weber sees it bounce off the boards over to Braden Kraut on the near side. Kraut back out to Carlson. Carlson pushes it up ice just past the stick of Geib, and the Spartans are back in possession. Roll all the way down for an icing with 15:42 left. Only one shot on goal in this one so far. It belongs to the Spartans. JV for Hastings won 9-1. So the Raiders JV team continuing to keep their goals against average under 2 on the season, with their two goaltenders, Vial and Charlie Colvin, in net. Off the face-off, Raiders have it. Niederkorn, it looked like it might have been deflected off of his own player on the way in, and the puck goes up into the netting and flies out of play with 15:29 left. Again, Raiders have won 4 out of 5 coming into this one tonight. The only blemish 2 Saturdays ago up at Hill Murray. Off the face-off, the Raiders win it, but it squirts through a couple of Raiders all the way down into their defensive zone. Down behind the net with it now is Jack Woodwick. Woodwick along the near boards, fires it up, the race is on. Rylan Kraut gets in there, and Kraut has it taken away before he can get a shot off. He scored on a breakaway on Tuesday and nearly tried to do the same right there. At the red line, Simley just dumps it back in, smells her behind his cage, comes out to play it. Woodwick pushes it up through the legs of Kraut and into the Simley defensive zone. Spartans have it behind Unglesby. They turn it over. Jonas Schauer has it at the hash marks. Puck goes flying into the air in front for Matt Sherry, who can't get it down, and we've got a whistle. Looks like we will have a face-off coming, and for Rylan Kraut, he had a good look at it from an angle, but a good defensive play by the Spartans to kind of get a stick on that and knock the puck away at the last moment before he could put it on net. Off the face-off, Doman off the boards, brings it up the ice, and Will Savage got behind the defense. He moves it, centering pass for Schauer, and then Schauer puts it back in on the rebound, and the Raiders lead 1-0. What a job off the face-off along the far boards. Will Savage carried the puck in, centered into Jonas Schauer, who hit the first shot. Unglesby got the rebound. Schauer then collected said rebound and put it right back in. And the Raiders lead 1-0. And that goal brought to you by Drew Bauer of Minnesota Realty Co. There's the first shot, and then it looked like it. Unglesby, I thought maybe he had it in his pad. It actually rolled to the left in the blue paint. And as a result, Schauer didn't have to go very far, and he just put it right back in top shelf over Unglesby. And the Raiders lead the game 1-0. And now Unglesby has to collect a pass that comes to him. So Jonas Schauer gets his 7th goal of the year for the Hastings Raiders. Will Savage will get the assist. We'll see if they add a second one. But a face-off coming up here. Yes, they will give Jackson Doman an assist on that goal as well. So Schauer from Savage and Doman gives the Raiders a 1-0 lead. Down goes a Spartan in front of the Simley fans on the far side here as the Raiders keep it in the offensive zone. Into the corner, Brody Carlson around behind the net, now near side for Geib, trying to center it over to Braden Kraut. Now Doman's got it at the point for the Raiders. Doman fires one, and it might have got the pad of Unglesby. Now Geib circles the wagons. He's kind of stuck in a rut there in the corner. He gets it out, though, to Kraut. Kraut for Harris in front. Harris poking, whacking at it, but Unglesby comes up with the save. Raiders with a 5-1 advantage in shots right now. And again, Jonas Schauer's goal has given Hastings a 1-0 lead. Savage and Doman the assists. Carter Hansen, who had a hat trick on Saturday against Tartan, takes the face-off here for Hastings. Rylan Kraut with it behind the net. It goes into the near corner. That's where Hansen gets to it. Now we've got a wrestling match breaking out. These two schools are pretty good at that sport. And the puck squirts down to the red line. That's where Carlson fires it into the Raider defensive zone, up the ice now to Weber. Weber for Hansen. It's stuck in neutral ice. Spartans will retreat into their end, and now they'll cross the red, they'll cross the blue, they'll dump it in. Weber will be the first on the scene for the Raiders. We just crossed under the 13-minute mark here in the first period. Hastings in front 1-0. We've got whistles as Simley tried to carry the puck into the zone. And so we'll have a face-off the other way here. Raiders have on the ice Rylan Kraut, Hansen, Wallstrom, Weber, and Carlson. The 5 on the ice for Hastings. Puck along the boards. It's Carlson trying to keep it in, but nowhere to go on the pass to Krauth. Goes past him a second time. Now Krauth's got it back. Puck goes behind the Simley net. Wallstrom is there. Wallstrom, puck goes flying into the air. Hansen's got it in the far corner, pushes it back over. Now centering pass and a save. Ryland Krauth with a slap shot, and the save made by Unglesby. Another chance. This one just sails wide of the net. Raiders are pushing, trying to extend the lead. This one's fired in on Unglesby from the point by Carlson, and Unglesby comes up with the save. 12:22 remaining, first period. Another chance for the Raiders there a couple moments ago. A centering pass right in front, and then Unglesby on the second one makes the stop. Face-off is won by the Spartans. They push it down into the neutral ice. Now Lucas Niederkorn off the boards on the near side, fires it back in, but it's kept in neutral ice by Simley. Shower had it for a moment. Now Savage has it up the ice to Gavin Burns. Burns loses control. Puck goes into the boards on the far side. Burns fights with it, gets it out, and now Jack Woodwick has it to Niederkorn on the near side. Niederkorn, oh my goodness, that was an absolutely monster hit. Burns took that one like a champ. He got absolutely clobbered on that one and went straight down to the ice. He's right back up though. Tough kid. An absolutely brutal hit. A legal hit, but a brutal hit. And we'll have a face-off on the near side dot, or near side circle rather, for the Raiders. Hansen got hit like he was a running back trying to turn upfield, and the Simley player was a linebacker. But good to see Burns up. And still out there for the Raiders. That was the biggest hit I've seen all year. Up the ice. Now back into their zone is Simley, and Woodwick gets to it at the hash marks in the Raider end. Back to Niederkorn near side. Now far side to Woodwick. Woodwick pushes it up for Savage. Savage looking for Shower. Shower carries it into the zone. Now skates into the point and over to Woodwick on the far hash marks. Now it's turned over and Simley has a chance. John Harris gets back and they just pass it back at the circle. Now they'll weave around behind to the near circle and just through. Back to Latendry and poked into the corner now. Around behind the net for the Raiders. Nearly turned over on a pass from Simley, and now they will turn it up ice. Past Brody Guy. Looks like the Raiders just trying to dump it in. And they'll go behind the Simley net here. Spartans will bring it back up. They'll carry it into the offensive zone. Moving in, ridden off the puck. Good job by Jackson Doman to get down into the corner and ride him off. Now Harris pushes it up for Geib. Geib's got it. He brings it into the zone. Squirts past Krauth. Harris trying to keep it. He's got it back into the offensive zone, and now the Spartans will take it away. They try to clear it out. There's a hit by Sherry, and the puck goes rolling back into the Raider zone. Harris has it in the corner for the Raiders. Now up against the boards on the near side. Puck goes rolling down. End-to-end pass here from Doman up to Carlson. Intercepted by Simley at the red line and dumped back in. Smelzer briefly comes out to watch it but doesn't play it. And the Raiders get to it first. Carlson has it in the corner. Now pushed up the ice. Off the boards behind. Harris floats it up into the air to keep it in play. The puck goes behind the Raider net. Weber is there first for Hastings. Weber turns it up ice. Now with it into the corner, Braden Kraut has to redirect and change direction. Now Brody Geib enters the zone for Hastings. Makes a defender miss. Geib over to Carlson on the far side. Carlson tries to center it. It's intercepted by a Spartan here with 9 minutes remaining in the period. Carlson dumps it back in from the Raider defensive zone. It's turned over. And Simley looking for a centering pass. That's not there. And the Spartans having some issues getting pucks on net right now. Raiders doing a great job of keeping Simley's opportunities limited early in the game. taken away in an attempted pass right at the dot at the edge of the blue line, and the Raiders have it in the offensive zone. Hansen wraps it all the way around the boards for Rylan Kraut. Now back to the point near side, Woodwick. Woodwick loses the handle on it, but it comes out to Weber. Now Weber's got it for Hansen. Hansen looking for Wallstrom, back to Hansen. Hansen fires it all the way around the boards behind to Rylan Kraut. Kraut off the wall to center ice to Blake Weber. Cross ice to Woodwick. Woodwick stops on a dime in neutral ice and then ices the puck. .7:53 to go. That might have been offsides, actually, not an icing. But nope, it's a penalty. I was wrong both times. It's a penalty. And Simley will have a player going to the box here. Looks like number 33, Luke Milner for the Spartans, is the guilty party. So he'll head to the box. Face-off coming. Raiders will go on the power play where they are 19% on the year. We're not able to convert on Tuesday night against Hopkins on the power play. Sherry's got it in neutral ice. Retreats back into the Raiders zone where Braden Kraut quarterbacks with the puck. Circles the wagons, goes behind Smelzer's net, and turns it back up. Near side for John Harris. Harris sprints into the zone, stops on a dime at the point for Sherry. Sherry moves in. Shot not there. He's got to change direction. Back now to the point to Kraut. Kraut near side for Harris. Harris at the point for Sherry. Sherry will fire, and a glove save made by Unglesby, and then he dropped it at the last moment and gets back underneath it to cover it up. Almost a dangerous, dangerous play there for Simley. Unglesby had the first save and then dropped it, and the puck came out, but he was able to corral it in just enough time to prevent the Raiders from making this a 2-0 game. Wallstrom will take the face-off at the far circle in the Simley defensive zone. Out of the point to Carlson, back to Niederkorn. Outstretched to Shower, but we'll get to it. It's Carlson with a bullet from the point that just goes wide of the net. Kept in by the Raiders. Carlson fires again. Unglesby makes the save with the glove. 58 seconds left on the power play. 6:50 left in the first. 1-0 Hastings here. Trying to match Simley in the win column. Both teams come in with 8 losses. Simley with 9 wins, Hastings with 8. Off the face-off, puck goes flying out of play. Raiders do have one tie this year. The season opener against Chisago Lakes on this very ice. A 3-3 tie in that context. For the second year in a row, mind you. Carlson off the face-off at the point for the Raiders to Niederkorn. Niederkorn for Shower at the circle. Shower, shot save made by Unglesby the first time. They whack at it the second time, and Unglesby comes up big once again. .6:33 left in the period. 41 seconds left on the power play. And the Raiders leading 1-0. Carlson to the circle to Shower at the hash marks. To the point, Niederkorn fires that one off the pad of Unglesby and goes flying high into the netting. 6:22 to go. Wholesale changes here for the Raiders. The top unit will come back on. Harris, Hansen, Kraut, Geib, and Sherry. The 5 on the ice. That's 4 forwards and a defenseman for the Raiders on this power play unit. Sherry to Harris. Now back at the hash marks for Hansen to the point to Sherry. Sherry will fire, rebound in front, and it's in! 2-0 Raiders, a power play goal. And if that was Harris, that's a big one. But it looks like Braden Kraut's going to get credit for this one too. Kraut second on the team in points. Adds to his total. A power play goal for the Raiders and a 2-0 lead here with 6:10 to go in the first period. Sherry fired it in from the point. Puck was loose in front, and Kraut found it and put it back into the back of the net to make this a 2-0 lead for the Raiders. Puck rolls into the corner. Back for Doman, fired high up into the air. Doman fights for it along with Kraut and Wallstrom. Wallstrom behind the net one more time. Penalty coming against Hastings. So Sherry gets the lone assist on the goal for Kraut, but the Raiders are headed to the box as Luke Wallstrom, the guilty party, happened right behind the net, right in front of the official. And now the Raiders will go to the kill, albeit up 2-0. With 5:49 remaining here in this period. Raiders have a knack for scoring shorthanded goals. They did it twice on Tuesday night, including John Harris, who's got the puck in the offensive zone. Oh, they nearly do it with Brody Geib on a centering pass, and the puck is saved by Unglesby. Now the puck will roll into the corner, and the Spartans get it into the zone. It's Milner. Milner enters the zone. He puts a centering pass on, and Smelzer makes the save for Simley, or for Hastings rather. At the point, cross ice pass at the hash marks, back to the point one more time. We'll take a shot. Save made by Smelzer off a clapper. One more time, goes high over Smelzer, goes right of the cage. Spartans will keep it in. 1:06 left on the power play. Puck goes out into neutral ice, and that's where the Spartans have to retrieve it. They'll dump it back in with 4:42 remaining. Raiders trying to keep it in now. Harris fights for it in the Simley zone. And the Spartans will fire it right back up the ice with 4.5 to play. Dump back in. Big collision there. And Simley's got it at the blue line. A spinorama here at the point. Loses control for a moment, dances in front, and the shot goes behind the net with 23 seconds to go on the power play. Spartans still in possession, doing a really good job here. There's a reason why their power play is at 25% on the season. Niederkorn can't get the puck out for the Raiders. Puck is still behind the Raider net. Now Carlson fights for it. Niederkorn will finally clear it. And it'll go all the way down to Unglesby, who comes out to play it for the Spartans. Raiders kill it off. We're back to full strength with the Raiders up by 2 and 3:40 to go in the first period of action. Shot by the Spartans is saved by Smelzer. Wrapped around the boards. Another chance coming from the hash marks on the near side, but the Raiders get to it. Now Schauer is going to bring it up. He tries to dump it into the zone. He's hit into the boards. He loses the puck as a result, and now the Spartans will wrap it all the way around. Burns fires it behind the Spartan net. Simley's got it back there. Savage is whacking at it. He's got it to Schauer. Now Schauer can't connect on the pass, and he gets it right back as the Spartans can't successfully clear it, but what they did do was bait Jonas Schauer into an offsides with 3:01 to go here in the first period. That might have been inadvertent to turn the puck over in the neutral zone, but if that was a bait and switch kind of situation, it worked out for the Spartans. Now Simley brings it all the way up the ice, fired high over the net. 2:53 remains first period. Raiders leading 2-0, out shooting the Spartans 13-4 in this one. And now the puck gets loose. Luke Wallstrom trying to move into the zone. Got a little too fancy and lost the puck, and now the Spartans have it back in neutral ice. Big hit into the board. Smelzer comes out behind his net to play. That's to race back. Oh, dangerous play off the post for the Spartans. They nearly put it in as Smelzer was racing back to his net, but it stays a 2-0 game. That one is off of Woodwick as the Spartans try to clear it. It goes rolling into the corner, and the Raiders have it with Wallstrom. Wallstrom pushes it all the way up the ice. Carter Hansen enters the zone. Hansen Gets it sticked away, has it behind the net with 2:02 left in the period. Rylan Kraut trying to chase after it in the far corner. He'll poke it down to Braden Kraut. It's intercepted by Milner for the Spartans. Off the boards on the near side. Geib trying to chase it down. Geib will get there first. He's got it behind the Raider net. Turns the corner on the far side of the ice. Now cuts back toward the middle. Here's Braden Kraut, or Brody Geib racing in. And he gets it taken away at the circle. Now at the point, it's Jackson Doman who has a point tonight. Back to Harris, up to Sherry. Sherry will fire. Unglesby will make the save. With 90 seconds remaining in the first period, Raiders have 14 shots to the Spartans 4. And they lead this game 2-0 on a busy night for athletics at Hastings High School. We mentioned girls basketball at Casson Manorville, girls hockey at Dodge County, boys basketball at STA, and these two very schools facing off in wrestling in Inver Grove Heights tonight. Geib trying to center it, but nobody home. Now Jackson Doman at center ice, has it to Matt Sherry, but the Raiders go back into their zone. Doman pushes it back over to Sherry. Sherry nearly turns it over. Harris is there. Harris crosses the red, gets it to Kraut, who crosses the blue. Kraut fires and scores! Goal number 2 for Braden Kraut. It's 3-0 Raiders with 1:02 remaining. This goal brought to you by Drew Bauer of Minnesota Realty Company. And the Raiders with 3 goals in the first, the second one for Braden Kraut, the first point of the game for John Harris, the 99th point of his career. And Braden Kraut continues his tear that he's been on as well, and the Raiders lead by 3 here in the first period. Burns will take the face-off. Raiders will win it as we hit the 1-minute mark of the first period. Spartans have it at center ice. It's turned back up at the blue line. Taken away by Savage, who moves it, takes a shot, fires it high over the bar of Unglesby. Puck goes behind the net. Now, Raiders look at it one more time with Niederkorn. Dump back in just past Savage. Doman is going to get credit for an assist on that goal as well. So it will be Kraut from Harris and Doman, I believe. And it is 3-0 Raiders here late in the first period. Savage misfires on a pass to Shower. Burns has it at center ice. Burns back to Carlson off the boards on the near side. Clock will run down to 10 seconds to go here in the first period. They wave off the icing. Now pushed up the ice by Savage. Has it to Burns. It's turned over by the Spartans. They nearly had a chance to do something there, but the horn sounds and the first period ends. So Braden Kraut with 2 goals for the Raiders. Jonas Shower with the other. Hastings leads this game 3-0 after 1 period of action here at Hastings Civic Arena. And here on TV, we'll take a look in a moment at how this first period shook out. Here's the first goal, and this was a great feed by Will Savage over to Jonas Shower, and Unglesby made the first stop but couldn't get it out of the blue paint, and Shower capitalized, put it in the back of the net, and the Raiders took a 1-0 lead. The second one was kind of a puck ricocheting all over the place situation, and Braden Kraut found it at the right place and put it in the back of the net to make it 2-0. And then moments ago, John Harris pushes it up the ice for Braden Kraut, and Kraut scores behind the netminder, 5-hole, and that's where we stand 3-0 after 1 period of action here at Hastings Civic Arena.
He gets the pin.
What a move, what a goal! Oh, what a shot, scores! The Raiders, can they get the lift? Yes, they do.
Just snipes one.
Oh my God! And reaching up and making the play.
It's Morgan!
It's over!
Looking to throw, and she's going to get the first down.
Gone! Touchdown Raiders!
How can I help you today?
I don't think I'm in the right place. I have big dreams, like crab brewery-sized dreams.
I like it.
Your bank is very,
Cozy?
yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We prefer more personal interactions. We dedicate the majority of our space to our customers' dreams.
Wow. Look at that.
I know, it never gets old.
Wow. This is way bigger than your office.
Yeah.
Back at Hastings Civic Arena, Raiders taking to the ice for the second period of action. Thanks again to those joining us on HCTV and Town Square TV this evening. Taking a look at the Metro East standings, Raiders actually sit fourth in the conference at 3-2 overall, Simley at 1-5, but look at those three teams ahead of Hastings. St. Thomas Academy, Hill Murray, and Two Rivers have a combined total of 6 losses between the three of them on the season overall. And I told somebody today that if you take St. Thomas Academy and Hill Murray away, Two Rivers is probably a team that could get out of the section and go to the state tournament. St. Thomas Academy is obviously in the Raiders section and in Two Rivers section, so those three teams are all in the same section. And so as a result, it's going to be very hard for all three of them. Obviously, it's impossible for all three of those teams to try to go to the state tournament. Only one of those will go. Simley, obviously, I believe, is in the section with Matamidi, or no, that's South St. Paul, I believe. But nonetheless, we'll look at the section standings in a little bit and update that. But on paper, there's the Section 3 AA standings. Raiders are 1-2, 8-1 on the year. They got a big one next week against Apple Valley Burnsville. Why that's a big one is because you would think if the Raiders win that game, they avoid the play-in game. Of course, that would mean that they likely would go play either Cretin-Durham Hall or St. Thomas Academy in the first round, but they would avoid the play-in game, and if they win Apple Valley Burnsville next week at United Heroes League. That game will be played outdoors next Friday night. And of course, Hastings hosting Hockey Day in Minnesota in just about a year's time. Here's John Harris right away off the second period face-off. And Weber takes a shot. Unglesby comes up with the save. Carlson around behind the net into the corner now is Harris. Krauth fires just wide of the net for John Harris. They're in the corner once again. Harris near side for Carlson. Carlson, not sure if that one reached. Krauth, did he put it in? He did! Braden Krauth with a natural hat trick. And the Raiders lead 4-0 here in the second period. That one came all the way from an angle on the hash marks on the near side. And he put it 5-hole underneath Unglesby into the net. Unglesby never saw it. It's a natural hat trick for Braden Krauth, and the Raiders lead this game by a score of 4-0. And if John Harris got an assist on that one, it'll also be his 100th career point. We'll check on that, but the moment right now belongs to Braden Krauth, who's got a hat trick here this evening at Hastings Civic Arena. Smelzer behind the net's got it to Ryland Krauth. Fired off the wall. Brought up the ice for Carter Henson. And we got offsides. Brody Carlson is going to get one of the assists. We've also got a penalty coming against the Raiders here. So Ryland Krauth will go to the penalty box. Raiders will go to the kill. They did not announce the assists, but they said number 19, which is Brody Carlson, and they left it at that. But it will be Ryland Krauth in the box. The Raiders will go to the penalty kill now for 2 minutes. One by the Spartans. They fire it high into the netting. So after Jonas Schauer got it started, it's been Krauth for the Raiders. Now they're announcing the goal one more time here. Here's Woodwick in the corner. The Spartans will clear it out. They keep it in at the point. Carlson gets the lone assist on that goal, so they do count it for Carlson. The Raiders will try to clear it out here on the power play. They can't quite do it. Spartans try to dump it back in. The Raiders get it into possession. They do dump it back in now. It's 15:30 to go here in the second period of action. Raiders have already extended the lead again. Now Luke Wallstrom, short-handed, moves in, takes a shot, and just fires it high of the bar. We talked about it. Raiders this year, and especially under Coach Matt Klein, have had a knack for short-handed goals. Weber behind the net. It's actually Wallstrom, rather, fires it off the boards all the way down into the Spartan end. They blow the whistle for icing before it crosses the line, and we reach the halfway point of the power play with the Raiders still up 4-0 and have not allowed a shot on goal from the Spartans here in the second half of this one. Shots are 18-4. It'll be Savage, or is that Geib, to take the face off for the Raiders? It is going to be Savage. Raiders get to it at the red line. The 1 and the 7 look pretty similar from that angle, so that's why I had a hard time telling. Center of the ice, shot on net, and just squirts past the open slot in the net. Now Schauer takes a shot. Unglesby makes the save. Squirts back out to Sherry. We got a penalty against Simley as well, by the way, so now we're at 4-on-4 hockey. So the Spartans are in the box. They've got 4-on-4 hockey here. Niederkorn will be 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds as Savage crosses it all the way up the ice into the neutral, or into the Simley defensive zone, and then off the wall on the near side at the half wall. Sherry dumps it in for Schauer, looking near side for Sherry, and it just sails behind him out of play. And we'll have a face-off coming up. Mentioned it for those on the radio, but those that didn't catch it, Hastings boys basketball up against St. Thomas Academy, 39-26 at halftime. Girls basketball, girls hockey, and wrestling, we do not have scores for at this point. If we do, we'll be sure to pass those along. Hansen on the face-off for the Raiders here. Geib has it behind the net. Out to the point to John Harris. Harris to Carlson, near side, crosses. Harris can't connect on the shot, and we're back to 5-on-4. The Raiders now on the power play as Simley in the box for another 50 seconds. Carlson brings it all the way up the ice now, crossing the red, crossing the blue into Kraut. Hansen was all by himself behind a couple of Spartans, but Kraut couldn't get it to him. That one gets through the legs of Harris, who spins back around at the hash marks, back to Carlson. Carlson now over to Hansen. Hansen, some puck movement to Harris. Harris will fire, Unglesby will cover. 24 seconds left on the power play. And the Raiders have still held the Spartans without a shot here in the second period. Shots on goal are 21-4. Hansen will take the face-off. He will do so for the Raiders, and Carlson will win it. Has it back out to Kraut now on the near side over to Harris. Harris at the point to Carlson. Carlson will fire. It's deflected and cleared by the Spartans with 10 seconds to go. Raiders might get a chance for one more shot on this power play if they hurry. Kraut gets it in. He's got it to Geib. We're full strength. Geib back to Harris. Over to Carlson. Fires a shot off of Unglesby, then off of Hansen's stick. Harris goes into the corner with it now. It's Geib. Turns it around, and the Spartans try to clear it out. They finally will. They've got it in neutral ice. Carlson trying to stick at it, and Kraut gets to it behind the net for the Raiders. Braden Kraut pushes it up for John Harris, who enters the zone. Harris looks, spins through traffic, fires a shot, fires it high. At the point, Woodwick with it now. Over other side of the ice to Doman. Doman looking for Geib in front, and it gets just past him. Now puck will retreat all the way out, and on a clearing attempt, it goes into the Raider bench. Carlson tries to make the catch on the bench with his glove, and was not so successful with that, unfortunately. Raiders out shooting Simley 6-0 here in the second period. They lead the game 4-0. Off the face-off, puck rolls around into the corner. Raiders have their fourth line out there, or at least one of them out there. Michael Kennedy and Carter Strong, two fourth-liners. All three of them out there. Breck and Fullerton on the ice as well. So Strong, Kennedy, and Fullerton on the ice for the Raiders, along with Woodwick and Doman. Doman pushes it up for Fullerton, who did get a goal in the South St. Paul Premier Tournament for the Raiders. And this one fired into the glove of Smelzer, who makes the save. Nick Smelzer, we mentioned it, coming in He and Charlie Stoffel had pretty much identical stats, which shows you it's been consistent goaltending for the Raiders so far this year. They've had that at the JV level too with Weil and Stoffel, Colvin rather, their two JV goaltenders. As the Raiders get it all the way up the ice again for Savage. Savage enters the zone, takes a shot. Unglesby makes the save. Now Savage in front for Shower one more time. Can't connect. Puck goes over the official, up into the glass, kept in by Niederkorn. That's deflected off the glass behind the net. And that's where Matt Sherry gets to it for the Raiders. It goes into the corner for Milner. Milner can't clear it out for Simley. Savage gets to it at the hash marks, and the Spartans have it now behind the net one more time. Shower looks to try to get it out. It goes into the near corner on the near side. Fired in by the Spartans from the point. Smelzer easily covers. And for the Raiders, they've done a really good job at springing players free, especially that Shower-Savage connection. They do a really good job. We saw that the other night as well in Hopkins with Brody Geib, the first goal of the game. Very similar play. Puck along the boards. Geib just took it, sped his way into the zone on pure pace, and put it in the back of the net in that instance, which gave the Raiders a 1-0 lead in that game en route to a 4-2 win in one of the more entertaining games of the year for the Raiders. Hastings led that game 3-2, committed a penalty with under 2 minutes to go, and had to survive a 6-on-4 in a 3-2 hockey game before Geib hit an empty netter with 3 seconds left to seal it. As we still playing here at Hastings Civic Arena, puck goes into the corner here on the near side as we cross under the 10.5-minute mark of the first period. Kept in by the Spartans. They've got it all the way up the ice, trying to spring him free. It's a one-on-one, but he's off sides. And so we will not see any action. Simley with the powder blues tonight. I understand they've kind of been doing that more frequently with all their athletic teams. The powder blue and red is a nice look, to be honest with you. Much like blue and gold, it is also a very nice look. Carlson off the glass for the Raiders. The Spartans will get to it at the point. They'll fire a shot behind the net. Now they'll look for the wraparound chance, but Harris will get it out for the Raiders. They'll push it up for Kraut. Kraut's got it at center ice with Harris following. Kraut looking for Harris, has it. Harris at the hash mark, spins, pivots, and fires it around behind the net for Braden Kraut. Kraut might have hit a skate on the way in, and the Spartans still trying to get it out of their defensive zone. They can't, and now Kraut's got it at neutral ice. Kraut enters the zone through the legs of a Spartan. Now gets hit into the boards, but keeps the puck in possession. Kraut looking for John Harris, and can't get it to him. Now up the boards are the Spartans. They'll fire it behind the Raider net. Carlson will track it down first. Carlson can't get it out. The Spartans have it for a moment. Now Brody Geib looking for it in the far corner. He's got it to Kraut, and Kraut's got it all the way up the ice now for Harris. Harris with Carlson centering it. Carlson looks for it. It's going to be Kraut one more time. Unglesby fires high. It stays in play and rolls into the corner. Now it's Jackson Doman. Doman flips it off the boards, but there was nobody home. And the puck will go rolling all the way down for an icing to the left of Smelzer here. With 8:56 to go, second period. Shots are 24-6 in favor of the Raiders. In what has been a pretty dominant performance from Hastings in this one so far tonight. Raiders will win the faceoff. Doman off the post. Hits the left post off the faceoff. Now it's Jonas Shower tied up in the corner. Doman, the big, tall Jackson Doman, looks for the puck. It squirts out into the neutral zone, now into the Raider defensive zone, and that's where Jack Woodwick will get to it here on the near side to Will Savage. Savage again brings it up the ice. Looking forward at the blue line, the Spartans will get it into neutral ice, but Woodwick gets it back and dumps it back in. They'll chase. With 8:20 to go, Raiders have it for a moment, and then Jonas Shower can't corral it. Now it's Gavin Burns. We got a hit along the boards. I think we might be getting a penalty here. We will, and the Raiders will go to the kill. And I think it's going to be Jonas Schauer heading to the box. It will be. So Schauer will take his spot in the box. And the Raiders will go back to the kill. They've been pretty successful there tonight. A Simley team that had hit on a quarter of their power play attempts coming into this one this evening. Raiders saw a pretty lethal power play on Tuesday against Hopkins. Weren't as successful as they went 2 for 4 on the kill Tuesday. Schauer in the box for a slash for 2 minutes. Harris, short-handed, tries to enter the zone for the Raiders. Spartans have it at center ice again. They'll get it into the Raider defensive zone. At the point, now to the hash marks on the far side. Centering pass not there for Simley. The Raiders try to clear it out. They will get to it with John Harris. Harris gets it into the lane to Geib into the zone, and Geib scores! Brody Geib, short-handed, rinse and repeat for the Hastings Raiders. They're going to get the puck because, folks, there it is. Point number 100 for the career of John Harris, and it comes on the 5th goal of the game. The Hastings Raiders lead this game 5-0, and the captain hits the century mark for the Raiders, and he is mobbed by his teammates as he comes to the bench. The assist from Harris, the goal to Geib, a short-handed tally, and the Raiders lead 5-0. Carlson. Yep, they just announced it. Point number 100 for Harris. The Smelzer makes the save. 5-0 the score. And let's go back and take a look at it because I've talked about it, how the Raiders have had a knack for scoring shorthanded goals. Harris gets it on a steal, flips it in. Geib got behind the defense. He was onside. He got behind the defense and put it top shelf behind Unglesby. And that's how we got to 5-0. So congratulations to John Harris on his 100th career point, and Brody Geib, his 3rd goal in the last 2 games for the Raiders, has made this a dominant effort for Hastings tonight. They lead 5-0, and a reminder, Simley is still on the power play. There's 44 seconds left on it. Fired around behind the Raider net to Blake Weber. Weber off the boards, and we got a whistle. With 6:50 to go, we'll have a face-off coming up. Our next broadcast on KDWA Radio is going to be Saturday from West St. Paul, as the Raiders will take on Two Rivers, a team that in more ways than one is kind of becoming a rival for Hastings over the last few years in multiple sports, as Geib moves in again, and this time Unglesby makes the save. But that'll be our next broadcast on the radio Saturday. 3 o'clock, the puck drop there at West St. Paul. I believe HCTV has wrestling tomorrow night as their next broadcast, with Prior Lake and Wyzetta joining the Raiders for a duel. Geib will fire that one will clear it all the way down, and Smelzer gets to it. Now Doman has it behind the net. I'm good, Hunter. I'm good at this. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, puck behind the net. Hunter's texting me like, yes, it is wrestling. And I'm like, I told you I knew it. Yeah. Puck goes around behind the Simley net, and the Spartans try to clear it out. And we'll get it into the Raiders zone, but Jack Woodwick will get there first. 6 minutes to go here. Raiders have their 4th line of Kennedy, Fullerton, and Strong out on the ice. Woodwick's got it. He brings it up the ice with Fullerton following. And Woodwick can't get it too far into the Simley zone. Couple of big hits along the boards on the near side. Back for Fullerton, who retreats back into the Raiders zone over to Kennedy. Kennedy now changes direction, looking through the legs of Carter Strong. Rolls down into the corner. Fullerton will get there first into the corner for the Raiders as we cross under 5 and a half to go. At the point, it's Woodwick. To the other side for Niederkorn, who fires it high off the wall. Puck rolls into the near corner now. Spartans have it at center ice. They've been limited to 3 shots here in the period. Raiders have outshot them 10-3. Brecken Fullerton make it 11-3, but Unglesby covers on that one and makes the stop as we hit exactly 5 minutes to go here in the second period, and the Raiders cruising right now. If Hastings were to hang on here tonight, it'd be their 5th win in their last 6. It'd be their 9th of the year. And while it's going to be a Herculean task, they would, in theory, stay within a couple of games of the top of the Metro East Conference, but they still have to play Two Rivers again and St. Thomas Academy, who we know is a very good hockey team this year. But it is certainly there for the Raiders to make a couple of upsets along the way if they keep playing the way they've been playing and just continue to get better as a hockey team. There certainly could be the possibility that any team anywhere in the state could get hot at any time as we go into sections. Not just Hastings, any team could get hot. I know we've seen it in a couple of other sports in recent years where a team just finds their rhythm, as Carter Hansen got between a couple of Spartans, but it's waved off sides as he crosses into the zone, and he didn't seem too thrilled about it. But just to finish my point, any team can get hot at any time. We were talking about that a couple of years ago. There was a baseball team, I think it might have actually been Two Rivers, that went into sections with a losing record and then went all the way to the state tournament. So it is possible. You never know. And if you start playing your best hockey at the end of the year, it could happen. Yep, 2016, Two Rivers went to the state tournament with a 7-15 regular season record. So if you can find your stride at the right time, you never know. And Smelzer makes the save. That's a roundabout way of saying that I think this Raider team is, well, finding its groove. Got off to that tough start early in the year where they were having a hard time keeping third period leads. A couple of games in a row, they blew multi-goal third period leads as we're going to get a penalty against Simley off the face-off here. Fired up the ice for Guy, but goes through his legs. Down to Harris. Harris spins it back around for Carlson. We've got 6 on the ice for the Raiders. Guy will fire it in. He's got it in the corner. Back out to Weber now. Weber loses it. It's into the stick of a Spartan. And we've got a whistle. So 3:32 to go second period. Raiders will go to the power play. 1 goal away from what would be a runtime situation in the third period. Shots are 27-9 in favor of the Raiders here. Face off for Hastings. Puck rolls all the way back to neutral ice. Carlson can't keep it in. Smelzer comes out to play it. Niederkorn all the way off the boards from end to end to wall or to Carlson. And Carlson gets it into neutral ice to Shower. Shower takes a chance. Shot save made. Shower has it at the point now for the Raiders on the near side. Over to Carlson. Back to Niederkorn. Niederkorn looking for Shower. Whiffs on a shot with 1:25 to go here on the power play. And Smelzer thought about covering it up, but then pokes it back out. Carlson floats it up into the air for Savage along the boards to Wallstrom. Wallstrom back to Savage, near side boards for Shower. Shower's shot is deflected. Puck off the boards on the near side. Back to Sherry. Sherry cross ice pass to Niederkorn. Niederkorn will fire off of Unglesby. Now Niederkorn around behind for Shower. Shower back to Sherry, back to Shower. Now over to Niederkorn, who will fire. Bounces as it gets there, but just goes wide of the cage. 2:10 to go, second period. Raiders still on the power play for 30 more seconds. Geib can't control it. Sherry has to retreat. Back into the Raider zone for Niederkorn. Now Geib's got it as he crosses the red. Geib will cross the blue. He's at the circle on the far side. Geib loses it behind the net. Off the boards on the near side. The Spartans will clear it. And it will not be an icing. And so Sherry has it behind his net. Gets it to Hansen at center ice. Hansen up the ice now for Kraut, who's got 3 goals tonight. Kraut weaving through, weaving around, spins back around at the point. Kraut tries to enter the slot, loses the puck. He keeps it in possession. Centering pass and a goal for John Harris. And it is 6-0 Hastings here with 1:20 to go. The power play had expired, so that will be an even strength goal. This goal brought to you by Drew Bauer of Minnesota Realty Co. But John Harris with the goal, the 4th point of the night for Braden Kraut. He's got 3 goals and an assist. He's having a big night. And the Raiders lead it 6-0 here with 30 shots on goal to Simley's 10. And folks, I want to give you a stat. It is 6 degrees outside, and the Raiders have 6 goals inside. Spartans fire high. Strong off the boards for Kennedy on the near side, up to Fullerton from Woodwick, and now Fullerton enters the zone. Fullerton just passed his stick as we go down under a minute to go here in the second period. Raiders rolling right now 6-0. Doman. Puck is stuck in neutral ice. The Spartans carry it back in. 32 seconds to go here in the period. If the result holds after 2, we'll have a running clock going into the third period, as the MSHSL rule is 6 goals after 2 periods negates or indicates a runtime situation. So unless Simley can find a goal, either here or at some point in the third period, that will start. Carlson around behind the net. Simley will have it there with 18 seconds. They take a shot, they fire it high, and I think Smelser might have gotten a piece of it. Now Savage, he can't clear it out, but he'll get it right back as the Spartans can't connect on the pass. Savage over to Shower. Shower will enter the zone. Shower at the circle, fires. Unglesby with the rebound. Carlson couldn't connect at the buzzer. And that is how the second period ends, and the Raiders continuing to pull away. Braden Kraut completes his hat trick. John Harris with a goal and an assist to get over the 100-point mark for his career. And it's all Hastings right now, 6-0 after 2 periods of action here at Hastings Civic Arena. And as the Raiders talk going into their locker room, let's take a look at how things shook out there in the second period. This is the Braden Kraut goal from the corner on the near side. A great shot from Kraut. That made it 4-0. And then this is the Brody Geib goal that gave him his 3rd goal in 2 games, gave John Harris his 100th point. And then Kraut added a 4th point on the night with this assist to Harris. And that's where things stand at 6-0 right now after 2 periods here at Hastings Civic Arena. We'll be back for the third period.
With over 300 passionate educators, our dedication to student success has never been stronger. These educators are more than teachers.
Let's paint the picture.
They are mentors who ignite curiosity and inspire a lifelong passion for learning. Our schools provide real-world experiences through cutting-edge programs in engineering and environmental science. At Hastings, we take pride in our blend of rigorous academics and enriching arts and athletic programs. These programs nourish our students' educational journey, enhancing their creativity and discipline and fostering skills that resonate throughout their academic and personal lives. This is Hastings Public Schools, where we care, we empower, and we achieve. Students are at the heart of all we do.
Some you've heard of more, but it doesn't bother me cause I just love to explore. Interviewing owners and lending a hand. I love to assist for as long as they can stand.
Harris gets it into the lane to Geib into the zone, and Geib scores! Zone, and Geib scores! Harris gets it into the lane to Geib into the zone, and Geib scores! Third period about to get underway here at Hastings Civic Arena. Raiders will keep Smelzer in net here for the third. The Spartans a little tardy getting back to the ice, and when you're, unfortunately for them, down as much as they are, I imagine the coaches trying to keep the confidence level up there. Section 4A, I was correct that Simley is in Matamidai's section. If things hold right now, they would be in the 3 spot based on the QRF with Chisago Lakes and Matamidai. Is this the year someone other than Matamidai comes out of Section 4A? Matamidai is 6-10-2 on the year, but they've only played 1 section game to this point. I'm not going to bet against the Zephyrs until they don't come out of the section, but they are below 500. So if you're a Simley fan or a Chisago Lakes fan or maybe even Southwest Christian, you're looking at that section and you're saying, do we have an opportunity here to come out of the section this year? But again, Matamidai has only played 1 section game and they've got to win there. And so it'll be interesting. Raiders will see Matamidai on this very ice later on in the season. So we'll get to see the Zephyrs in person, and I think Simley has faced the Zephyrs already as well. As we're just about set to get the third period underway here at Hastings Civic Arena. Just double checking here Simley, well, actually has not played Matamida yet. They won't play them until February the 4th. So that could be a big one for them in terms of the section standings. They have a big section game coming up next Wednesday as well against Chisago Lakes. That was a game that was scheduled for earlier this week but was postponed because of the double-digit below freezing temperature. So they'll play that next Wednesday. That's a big section game for them. Raiders have a couple big section games left as well as we're underway here in the third period. Spartans will get it into the Raider zone. They'll move in. They'll take a shot off the helmet of Smelzer, who will make the save. Sherry for Rylan Krauth, up for Carter Hansen, who tries to spin it up ice, but can't do it. And we're loose at the blue line right now, and Sherry fires it up for Wallstrom, gets past his skates, and rolls down behind the Spartan net. That's where Rylan Krauth, who had a goal on Tuesday, gets it to Jonas Schauer. Now it's Jackson Doman. Chance in front for Krauth off the pad of Unglesby. Schauer into the corner. Has it there for Hastings. Back behind the net. And Schauer's got it back there right now as we're just over a minute gone here in the third period. And again, run-time situation. Raiders lead 6-0. Gavin Burns has it behind the net for Schauer. Schauer off the back of the net. Might have moved a little bit. Gets it back to Gavin Burns, who tries to spin it into the net under a Spartan's legs, but Unglesby gets underneath it to cover it up. Hastings boys basketball 171-59 over St. Thomas Academy tonight. Just a final update there. And we'll have a face-off coming up for Jonas Schauer and the Raiders. As Blake Weber had it for a moment but couldn't keep it, and now the puck goes behind the Spartan net. Simley in possession. Crosses the red with it, but Woodwick will get to it at the blue line. Now it's fired around behind the net for Weber. Weber in the corner for Schauer. Schauer can't get it out and just floats it back over to Weber. Now Weber to the other side of the ice, up for Woodwick. Woodwick off the boards, nobody home. Schauer trying to enter the zone, he will. Schauer at the hash marks, looking for his second. Fires on Unglesby, that's fired high. Hits the side of the net from Gavin Burns. And then it goes up into the air off the glass and all the way down past Smelzer for an icing. So we'll have a face-off coming up. Shots are 35-13 in favor of the Raiders right now. Big night for a lot of Raiders so far tonight. We mentioned, of course, the big one, John Harris, now eclipsing 100 points for his career with the goal there at the end of the second period to give him 101. Braden Krauth with a natural hat trick tonight. He's actually got 4 points. He had an assist there as well, and those are your two leading scorers. And so when those guys have nights like that, you're going to win some hockey games. Harris gets it. And been a pretty calm night. Raiders have been in the box a couple times, but haven't had too many detrimental penalties in this one this evening. They nearly had one Tuesday against Hopkins. We mentioned that with under 2 minutes to go, they went to the box for a slashing call, and that was when it was still a 3-2 game before they got the empty netter shorthanded to seal it with under 5 seconds to go. Niederkorn fires this one in for the Raiders, down 4 in icing. I want to go back to a stat that I mentioned on the radio side on the pregame here, and Hastings has 8 wins on the year, and in those 8 wins, they have 6 goals, 5 goals, 7 goals, 7 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals, 4 goals, and 4 goals. So when Hastings typically scores 4 or more goals in a game, they win. Shot fired wide of the net and cleared all the way down past the red line. The only game I can find this year where Hastings scored 4 goals in a game and did not win, there is one instance of that, and that was back on December 10th against New Prague. Raiders lost that game 6-4. The only one this year where they have scored 4 goals or more and not won. So that's kind of been the benchmark for this team. in a way. If you score 4 goals, looks like you might win, and they've got 6 here in this one so far, as we've still got action going on. Puck along the wall on the near side. Into Hansen. Hansen fires, and Unglesby makes the save. Unglesby had it. Hansen got behind everybody. Now Hansen's got it up against the wall on the far side. Wraps it along the boards around behind. 11:40 to go here in the game. Raiders ahead comfortably. Carter Hansen has it back here on the near side. Now around behind the net for Simley. They'll fire it off the boards. Kept in by the Raiders with Wallstrom, who dumps it back in. Puck goes into the middle of the ice now, and Jackson Doman forced to head back to base, and now dumps it back in, and Unglesby underneath to cover it up. Raiders' remaining schedule, we mentioned at Two Rivers on Saturday, then Rochester Mayo here next Wednesday night. That'll be a 7 p.m. puck drop next Wednesday. Next Friday is a road game in their own city at Apple Valley Burnsville, but at United Heroes League. Then 4 home games to wrap up the year with St. Thomas Academy, Matamidi, Owatonna, and South St. Paul. Those final 4 games are going to be a good litmus test for the Raiders heading into sections. Puck dumped in here, and the Spartans have it for a moment. Now it's sent off of a skate of a Spartan. End to end now near side. And intercepted by Sherry, who just clears it for Hastings. 10-10 left here in the third. Raiders ahead 6-0. Down to Smelzer. Smelzer gets underneath it, and he covers it up. We'll take 10 seconds to identify ourselves on radio here. This is KDWA, Hastings AM 1460, FM translator 97.7, W249DK. Appreciate you being with us this evening. As runtime sees the clock go under 9:40 to go. Into the corner, shot by Simley. Off the post, you could hear the clank from up here. Niederkorn meanders into the zone, got a couple of sticks high. They might have both gotten away with it there. Fourth line is out. Weber fires into the glove of Unglesby. You've got Fullerton, Kennedy, Strong, Weber, and Niederkorn, the 5 on the ice for the Raiders here. Raiders with a 38-15 shot advantage in this game. Yet another shorthanded goal as well. They had 2 on Tuesday, and I think they've had several over the last few games. They also, I believe, scored one on a 5-minute major against Anoka, where they were down 5 minutes for a major penalty and scored a shorthanded goal. Puck rolls down into the Raider zone, doesn't quite get to Smelzer. Weber gets there first. Weber looking back for Niederkorn. Now it's Kennedy. Kennedy almost turns it over in the zone. Simley's got it in the slot. Puck is loose. Kennedy trying to clear it. It just goes through Carter Strong and rolls down into the corner to the far side of the Simley zone. Fullerton blows a tire behind the Simley net. And now the Spartans will cross the red line with it. Nifty move. Keeps it alive at the hash marks, and then Niederkorn takes exception to the move and checks him. Stick breaks, which allows Hansen to break free with a 2-on-1 with Wallstrom. Hansen's going to take the shot, and he scores. Carter Hansen makes it 7-0 Hastings. A 2-on-1 goal, his 4th goal in the last 3 games for Carter Hansen. And the Raiders extend the lead to a touchdown advantage, 7-0, with 7.5 to go here in the third period. It was a broken stick from the Spartans that saw really no opportunity to get to the puck, and Hansen took it up off the boards, and he had Wallstrom centering on a 2-on-1. He could have passed it if he wanted to, but he didn't see the lane with Wallstrom, and he decided to take it himself, and more power to him for that, and it is 7-0 Hastings as a result here in the third period. Ryland Kraut keeps it in the zone now for Hastings. Behind the net, fired high by the Spartans. Doman corrals it at the red line. Doman now retreats and pushes this one up the ice. At the red line, puck is loose there. Woodwick at the blue line, back into the Raider defensive zone. Near side for Ryland Kraut, pushed back up to Hansen, who enters the zone again. Hansen centering pass for Wallstrom, kept in by Wallstrom, and Oglesby gets underneath it to make the save. Clock continues to run now, under 6.5 to go. Again, Raider girls hockey at Dodge County tonight. No score update from that one so far. Raider girls basketball in the same area. They're at Casson Manorville. No update there either. As Jonas Showers got the puck at the circle. Shower rotates around. Shower at the other circle. Takes a shot and scores. Second goal for Jonas Shower. And it's 8-0 Hastings with 5:52 remaining here in the third period. That goal brought to you by Drew Bauer of Minnesota Realty Co. Jonas Shower with his second goal of the game, his 8th of the season. And it is all Raiders right now. And that was a one-man show from Jonas Shower, if you will, in a good way. He had it from one circle, rotated around to the other circle, saw a lane and got it behind Oglesby. And it's 8-0. And now the Raiders have a chance again with Brecken Fullerton entering the zone. And Fullerton will fire. He'll fire high into the netting. Now to play. So Shower's second goal of the game. And the Raiders on their way to victory here tonight. Another look at it. And yeah, Shower had it at the circle. Rotated around to the far circle. And a nifty movement there to put himself in a position to where it would have been hard for Oglesby to make the play on it. And that's exactly what happened. Woodwick at the point. Fired around off the boards behind the net. Back to Woodwick, who keeps it in at the blue line. Puck is fired up into the boards on the far side of the ice. Michael Kennedy fighting with it there, along with Woodwick and Carter Strong and a couple of Simley Spartans. Puck is kept in off of the Raiders. And it will be Jackson Doman getting to it at the blue line. Doman fires it around behind the net. Puck is loose now. Fired back in off the maybe the pad there of Oglesby. Fullerton trying to pass it. Gets hit at the last moment. Can't get the pass off. 4 minutes to go here in the third. Shots are 41-16 in favor of the Raiders. Fired up the ice by the Raiders, and Gavin Burns dumps it back in. Ryland Kraut is down there. Kraut at the hash marks. Pushes it back to Sherry. Sherry in front, and Wallstrom couldn't get to it in time. Kraut fired around behind the net. Rotates around the boards. On the near side. Weber sends it back over to Sherry, who tries to get it at center ice to Gavin Burns, but not quite able to do so. And now it gets past Burns on a second attempt. Goes behind the net. Burns has it there. Burns off the back of the net. Sherry makes a diving effort, can't get to it, and entering the zone are the Spartans. They put one on net, and Smelser stops it again. Ryland Kraut with it for the Raiders, nearly turned over to the Spartans as they try to bring it up the ice with 2 3/4 minutes to go in the third period. Miscommunication on that pass. So the Raiders will get their 9th win of the year here as the Spartans can't connect on a shot in close. Now another chance, centering pass, and Simley's on the board with a goal. Simley breaks the shutout with 2:23 to go. And the Spartans get one back. It's 8-1 here with the clock running. Still in run time as it's over 6 goals, but the Spartans able to get one from the slot. Just found a gap behind Smelzer and put it in, and it's 8-1. Woodwick dumps it in for Shower. Shower gets hit pretty awkwardly. He still get in the play, though. And looking back to Shower in the center, not there, and the Spartans will push it back up with 1:40 to go here in the third. Raiders, as they get into the back half of the season here, have some momentum. This will be their 5th win in their last 6 games. And as we mentioned, 2 technical road games, 1 outside the Hastings city limits, remaining for the Raiders this season as Hansen goes down at the point. With the score the way it is, they're letting them play here. Chance again for the Raiders. Back to Woodwick, who fires. Unglesby makes the save, and then it's put right back in. If that's Shower, that's a hat trick for him. And it is 9-1 Hastings, leading this game with under a minute to go. And Jonas Shower, I believe, has scored a hat trick. Let's double check on that one. Yeah, I think that was Shower's goal. We'll see how they announce it. But 9-1 Raiders with the advantage. Doman with 28 seconds to go here in the third. And it is. They give the credit to Shower. Push back up to Brecken Fullerton. Strong enters the zone, and it's going to go in the net. And Carter Strong has scored for the Raiders. And it's 10-1 Hastings. That will be the last play of the game. The clock's going to run out here as Carter Strong from Brecken Fullerton finds the back of the net. And it's a double-digit night for the Hastings Raiders. They're going to win this one 10-1. The last shot of the game is a goal from Carter Strong on a breakout pass from Brecken Fullerton. And the Raiders win this one tonight 10-1. They go to 9-8-1 on the year, with a section and conference game looming on Saturday against the Warriors of Two Rivers. Again, your final score is 10-1 Hastings over Simley. And a great night for the Raiders. A hat trick for Braden Kraut, a hat trick for Jonas Shower, 100+ career points now for John Harris, a 17 out of 18 night for Nick Smelzer. The Raiders with a very productive night. Producer, director on TV, Hunter Pinky. Announcers, myself, Trey Lauer. Camera operators are Ian Andrzak, Max Slocum, and Tori Selner. And, of course, Hunter Pinky, the maestro on graphics and replay. Thanks for helping us out tonight. We appreciate the partnership and love working with our community partners. That's going to wrap up things here at Hastings Civic Arena. Your final score tonight, the Raiders win by a score of 10-1 over the Simley Spartans and are back in action Saturday at Two Rivers. We will see you then.